What's up, Facebook, man? What's up, YouTube? Because you got some people that don't believe that what I'm saying is true. But the proof is in the pudding. There's my truck sitting in front of my house that they said I could not drive and they would take me to jail if I drove off in my vehicle. Well, see, the only problem with that is I don't drive. I travel. And people laugh like it's funny, but really it's not. I have the right to travel, and everyone does. If only you just go do your homework and look this shit up. It's not a joke. People laugh and try to make it out like, oh, he don't really know what he's talking about. But see, it's a reason why the last 3 or 4 times I've got pulled over, my vehicle, which is my private property, has not been taken from me. And the only thing that they have done is wrote me tickets. Because what they understand is different from what they want to teach us or they want to tell us. So they can't take a right from you to enforce a privilege. Whatever your right is, that's what it is. It cannot be taken from you. And they can't tell you, well, okay, well, here's this driver's license, here's these tags, and here's all this other shit for your right. I'm giving you all these privileges for a right. But really what it is when you go get that ID and they pull you over and you give them that ID, that gives them the right to do what they do to us out here. That's why I do not have an ID. And I've never owned a driver's license in my life because I do not drive. I travel. Because that is a right that was given to me. And if you don't believe it, it's a Supreme Court case. Look it up. Shapiro versus Thompson, 1969. And it says the Supreme Court's decision helped establish a fundamental right to travel in the U.S. law. So if we have a fundamental right to travel in the U.S. law, fuck a driver's license. That's just for you motherfuckers that don't understand what's going on. This shit is real and they understand that it's real, but they're not going to tell you that. You got to go get this on your own. You got to go do the homework yourself. And see, that video that's on YouTube right now, that little young cop, Oscar Garcia, and thanks for the people that put that on there for me, that put him out there and gave me his name. I appreciate that. But yeah, Oscar Garcia has stopped me once before and wrote me traffic tickets and let me go on about my business. So this incident where this video, this is just harassment. Because the man already knew I did not have a driver's license. The man already knew my stickers was out on my truck. This is something that he already knew. But you see, the thing was, they wasn't after me for traffic on that stop. They thought that they was going to get in my vehicle and search my vehicle because those were narcotics officers. So since they got shut down and they didn't get to search my truck and they didn't take me to jail, but they threatened me with it. Anybody else threaten somebody and they call the police want to take you to jail, terroristic threats, all this other shit, but they can do it and it's cool. But it's not. So if you just stand up, then we can start making some headway. These are not just my rights. These are rights for everybody. Everybody are entitled to these rights, not just me. So it's not just a me thing, because I'm not the only one that has these rights. And I'm not pretending like I'm the only one that has these rights. I'm just one of the ones that chooses to stand up and enforce my rights instead of letting them impose their will upon me. Because what's right is right. And just like they like to tell us, ignorance ain't an excuse. Okay, so if ignorance ain't an excuse for us, then it damn sure ain't an excuse for you, because you took an oath to uphold my constitutional rights. That's why that car says protect and serve. You're protecting my constitutional rights, and you serve me when I need you to serve me. No more, no less. So if you can't understand that, then you know, maybe you go look into this a little bit more. Maybe it'll help you understand that they're public servants, that they work for you. When you pay taxes, you help paying their salary. So it's a long list of shit, man. But if you go out and read it, and you go out and research it, and you look it up, and you find out what it really is, it's a whole different ball game when they pull you over, because you know that they don't have the right to do what they're doing. But they're going to tell you that they got every right in the world to do what they're doing. And if you believe that and you allow them to do that, then every time they pull you over, it's going to be the same routine. Every time. But for those of y'all that watched the video, you heard what Oscar Garcia said to me. He said, man, there you go with that little book, because I always got it with me, because it ain't no joke. Those are laws that he must abide by. So, you know, people can think it's a scam, or I'm just trying to be a sovereign citizen or whatever. Look, you can call me a sovereign citizen. You can call me a free man. You can call me whatever the fuck you want to. But all I know is that the only thing I'm doing is standing up for my rights. That's it. I'm not trying to piss no cops off. I'm not trying to make their jobs harder. Well, really, I don't give a fuck about making their jobs harder, because these are my rights. And if my rights make your job harder, then you're in the wrong profession, because you're supposed to be protecting my rights. So it's nothing against them, but it's just that they need to be educated. Because they're hiring these kids that have never read the Constitution, that don't know shit about the constitutional amendments. So how can you understand what somebody's telling you about their constitutional rights if you've never even read it? It's not possible. So I'm not trying to make waves or cause problems, but that's how people take it. Because, oh, he doesn't want to do what everybody else is doing. He thinks he's different than everybody else. Well, guess what? If me standing up for my rights make me different than everybody